What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel here. We're going to be going over another live duel today. On the left side, we got PK. I know a lot of you guys have been asking for some PK duels as well as the deck profile for this deck. I like the deck a lot. You know, we are in the start of a format. Very, very nice. No one's really playing any of the decks, like any of the cards that really hurt it. We don't see any Lancias, and we don't see any, we don't see that much nibs actually right now in the format as well. You know, it's kind of been decided. And then on the right side here, we are on the max rarity branded. At the time of recording, you know, Lubellion is not out yet. It did drop, so hopefully we did pull that. And yeah, Konami loves giving this deck some high rarities. Before we dive in, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Helps the channel a lot here. We're going to be seeing branded start off with an Albion here. Going to be dumping the branded fusion, which means that we have the retribution in hand. Unfortunately, and then we have to draw one card. You know, a nice little upstart. And then we're going to be seeing a fusion deployment being activated. This card is very, very nice, you know, being able to reveal Garangadon. Hopefully we get a Cartesia fusion soon. I know Konami did say that the branded lore is over, but we're getting a new Ice Shade card in the set after that the lore kind of finishes. So hopefully that we will be getting more support as well in the set. You know, Ice Shade is part of the branded lore here. We're going to activate the effect of Cartesia. It's going to get impermed there. Then, you know, it will be able to activate the next main phase as well. We're going to be setting one card and passing here. But we're not going to get to go to the main phase. We're going to be seeing the draw phase. Book of Eclipse are going to be flipping that that Cartesia face down. We're going to see Boots being normal summoned, Kagamucha Knight being chained there to be summoning out. 2 level 3s will bring us to that Cherubini. I remember this card. People were like demanding for this card to be hit. You know, it dumping back in the good BA days. Dumping the graph, something with the Seer here. And then we're going to have a Rusty Barty. Shout out to Rusty when it was banned. That was fun times back in PK Orcust. And we're going to be seeing the Cherubini being summoned once again. They're going to have with the Rusty. It's going to get hit with an imperm there. A very nice imperm. And we're going to be seeing the Rusty going to whack into the Cartesia. We're going to take the 500 off that Cherubini, you know, taking a little bit of damage here. They're going to be able to activate the Boot, banishing itself to search for a Fog Blade or a Wings. We're going to see them search for that Fog Blade here. And then I'm going to be setting 3 cards, but we do have the Lightning Storm in hand. So we're going to see the Lightning Storm being activated here, getting rid of that back row, which is very rough, because Cherubini as well as the Rusty is not going to be quite difficult for us to handle here. We're going to see Lubellion being activated, searching for that Sorenir. We're going to activate Sorenir on one of the BAs. Targeting the Seer here, which is the worst one he told us, because, you know, when he brings it back off of the Levianeer, he'll be able to summon back the Cherubini from the graveyard, but it is what it is. We're going to be doing the tag out here. We're going to see Sorenir effects going to activate. You know, he has no interruptions here. So we will practically go full combo there. We're going to be dumping the opening here because, you know, we have the Retribution in hand. And then we're going to be activate Lubellion. It's going to set us the Lost, you know, a nice little protection card. Because then that Sorenir can dump like a branded regained, and then you can like activate Lubellion, which is going to set. We're going to be normal something with the Tragedy here, which will allow us to crash into the Cherubini, and then, you know, during the main phase 2, add back the branded fusion here. We're going to see Lubellion crash into the Rusty. You know, he does have the Fog Blade in graveyard to summon back during the next turn. But we're going to be able to banish the Tragedy here to add back the branded fusion. It sets the branded fusion, but we're just going to activate it right away, so it does not matter. We're going to be using the Albaz as well as a Dark here, probably trying to discard that Retribution in hand. Using the Gimmick Puppet Nightmare here, I guess not to try to draw it. There's not really any other darks we want to use. Tragedy as well as Sornier in the graveyard. We're going to summon the Tragedy here. Tragedy Chainlink 1, or not Tragedy Chainlink 1. We already have the Tragedy in the Banish Zone. Lubellion Chainlink 1, discarding the Retribution. Lost Chainlink 2 here to either add a Cartesia, the Albion, or the Mercurier here. I feel like we add Mercurier. We already have Cartesia in grave, which we'll be able to add back. Yeah, so we're going to add the Mercurier there for that Monster Negate next turn. I guess trying to prevent that Rusty. Now we're going to make that Mirror Jade. Mirror Jade will be able to banish the Cherubini here. Being able to set the Branded in Red off the Albion once we activate the effect. Dumping Albion there, and then we can go. We can actually add Branded Opening back with Retribution, activate it, discarding. What we're going to be doing here, we're going to be adding the Opening back. And we're going to be seeing the Cartesia add back to hand, and then we're going to be seeing the Branded in Red being set here off the Albion here. We're going to be able to activate the Branded Opening here, discarding the Cartesia. Imagine if Cartesia return was not once returned. That'd be absolutely busted. Let's just summon out the Quem. Quem will be able to dump the Albaz here, which will make Branded in Red live. And we're going to be seeing the end of turn. We're going to see Fogblade activating, summoning back the Rusty here. I'm going to be passing on this, drawing for turn. He's going to attempt to go to main phase, activate the effect of Rusty, and we hit it with the Mercurier there. There's no chance that we let that survive, leaving him on one singular card. Not sure what that card could be as well. So it looks like we're thinking on resolution if we're going to activate the Branded in Red. I feel there's no really point. I don't really know what that last card could be in hand that's so fearful. We're going to activate the Branded in Red here regardless. Adding back the Albaz, maybe trying to go for another Mirror Jade there. So I don't think we can go Mirror Jade, use itself, and an Albaz for Mirror Jade. I can't see why you can't, actually, to be honest. Guess we could also go for the copy of Albion here if we wanted to, using the Quem and an Albaz. Or I guess we can go for the other Albion, and then we can just banish them, I guess. We're going to see Lost as well as Albion being activated here. He's going to just scoop it up there, realizing that he does not have enough. And he had the Book of Eclipse here, which is interesting because, I guess it wouldn't have gotten anywhere regardless, because if you Book of Eclipse during the draw phase there, flipping all our stuff face down, we still have Branded in Red. So after the Branded in Red, after the Eclipse would resolve, we just activate Branded in Red, make the copy of Mirror Jade because it's face down. We can, it doesn't have its stuff, and then we could just banish the copy of Rusty, or just negate it with the Mercurier there and just win the game. So we see that PK doesn't have enough gas here, but moving on into game 2, they'll be able to go first and potentially take out some of those side deck cards, or I guess main deck cards like Book of Eclipse that they're playing. That's not the greatest against Branded, and put in cards like Ash Blossom that we know is in his side because of the deck profile he gave us here, which I will have in the in somewhere here in the video, probably about right now when we post it up on, so you can see. I like the PK deck a lot, to be honest. We are not seeing Lancia in the format. It comes around every time a new format drops. I know Pete Jacobs hops on PK. It's a really good card, a really good deck as well. A lot of toolbox stuff in it. You can just play a bunch of different varieties. Like you can play IP and stuff like that, and this crazy deck. Really good engines that are available for it. And diving on into game 2 here, what we see are our crucial monsters get hit with the Fog Blade. We see an Imperm as well as a Danger. We're going to see them start off with a Danger, keeping the Imperm in the hand here. I love some Danger cards. You always roll a 6. See them hit the tracker, summoning out the Jackalope, drawing a card here. And we did see them draw one of the BAs. They're going to add for the Temple right away. We're going to hit it with an Ash Blossom. We want to stop that right away. We're going to be seeing a normal summon of a Boots. Then we're going to be linking away into Cherubini. And your Cherubini effect can activate. They're going to send the Scales here, which kind of indicates that they either sided out the BAs or they have one of them in hand. We are going to be seeing them summon with the Graph there. They're going to be able to link away into the Rusty. Rusty's going to be able to activate effect. And unfortunately, we ashed the copy of Temple. So they're going to be able to go send the Cloak and set the boot, or set the Fog Blade. We're going to see them activate or banish the Cloak here to be able to add. And then that can trigger the Scales if they want to here. If they add the Boots, they can special summon out the Boots. They have normal summoned here. So just going to add the Boots there, and then Scales will be able to summon itself out. This will essentially make it so that they have a Link 4. Or not a Link 4, but a rank 2. And then we're going to see them be able to search, banish the Boots, searching for the other trap wings. They're going to activate, pitching the wings to dump the second Cloak, making their deck a little bit smaller there, deck thinning. And, you want your PK stuff in the graveyard regardless. Then they can special summon out the Boots here, and they can overlay into the Break Sword. And then Rusty will pop the Break Sword. Break Sword effect's going to activate in the graveyard, summoning back as 2 level 4s. And we can make the Nightmare, or Evil Swarm Nightmare, I believe it's called. And activate, boosting the attack of the Rusty there. And I believe this is a special summon double book. Yeah, we're going to go for right into the Nightmare here, which is a special summoned Book of Moon here. Twice per turn, which is very, very good against Kashtira. We're going to see them set one other card and pass with no cards in hand, though. Now, they essentially have a double Book of Moon. We know they have a Fog Blade as well as another card. And they have a lot of Ascension in the graveyard there. We're going to be drawing for turn, and we have the Magnamut, which is kind of rough. Drawing that for turn there would have been very nice to stop that Nightmare. We're going to hit these Scales there. They're going to flip it. We're going to activate the effect, obviously. And they're going to flip it face down with the Evil Swarm Nightmare. And I'm not sure where we go from here. We're taking a second to look. I don't really know what else is in our hand. We knew there's at least one Fog Blade here, so we're trying to think of, can we have a way to play around the Fog Blade? There's potentially that our hand is also not very great. Oh, here we're getting asked about a ruling question. That's right. I believe they're asking about the pinballer. Not our opponent, obviously. We're being interrupted by somebody else asking a question for us about. Yeah, we're talking about the pinballer gold pride. They ended up getting they activated the gold pride, and then their opponent like activated some kind of like econ to steal it. They have another one in hand. They're wondering if they can make anything with it, but because of the effect of the the baller actually doesn't say using itself, it uses using gold pride monsters. It's just using actually monsters from your hand or field as material. It doesn't actually involve himself. Kind of like Cartesia, which a lot of people do not realize. Cartesia does not have to use herself for her fusion summon. It just says fusion summon using. Does not say including itself, which is very nice. So it will be able to activate, I guess, being able to, if you guys want a ruling question there. Sometimes I get interrupted in these games. I do apologize about that. But, diving back in here, we're going to be normal summoning with the Aluber there. Activating the effect. It's going to hit with a Fog Blade so we don't get that search. Very nice hit. Then we're going to activate a Dear Servant. Sending the Albion. I do like this package a lot. I believe we did side out the Maximus. Actually, we're dumping the Alulu Walleth there. So trying to get a Cartesia out. During the follow-up, we're going to add the Albaz here for, I guess, maybe next turn, or to even use it for the Cartesia summon, or for the Cartesia fusion, I should say. We asked that is only on special summon, correct? So there is a potential that it will be able to. We're going to go end phase, and then we're going to summoning out the Lulu. We're going to activate her effect, though, and it's going to be able to dump potentially Albion to the grave here. Dumping Cartesia there, I guess, making them essentially have to stop the Quem from being flipped face up. And then we're going to be searching off the Magnemite there for a Druid Worm. And we're looking in the graveyard if there's anything to hit off that Druid Worm there. But I don't believe that Boots or Cloak matters here that often because they have the wings. I guess, we could also try to go for the Break Sword and then make them not. They pretty much have to chain it there. But we choose not to, so we pass turn, and here they just draw for turn there. I'm going to activate the Rusty effect. We're going to hit it with another Ash Blossom. Very nice. I don't think we have this, to be honest. Then activate the Cloak here. And we chain a Druid Swarm targeting the Break Sword, and they're pretty much forced to chain the wings there. That'll let them pop regardless. But we should have done it during our turn so that, we'd be able to do it again during their turn. Using one of the hitting like essentially 2 cards. That was a misplay on our part. They're going to banish the wings, summoning out. We're just going to keep the Druid Worm in the hand there. We could have protected our life points with it, even if we don't hit one of their best cards. We're going to search for these scales there. And then we're going to be seeing the Rusty. Going to be popping the Quem. Take a second to read the Break Sword. I was worried that the effect was not detached. I thought it was maybe like just pop a card on the field as well as itself. I'm going to say that's going to be a big problem, but it does have to detach for cost, so we are going to be fine. We're going to see triple tax talents to reveal the hand here, and we see the McCourier. the Albaz as well as the Druisworm. He's going to shuffle back the Mercurier there, not wanting to deal with that. If you can stop the normal summon of the Albaz, sends for cost, which is probably going to be the Fog Blade that we're going to be seeing here. He'll be fine. So we don't know what the set is. We don't really know what it is. Potentially it could be an Imperm. We're going to be seeing them dump. And yeah, we're in a pretty bad spot here. They're going to banish the Fog Blade to summon out the Cloak. Cloak will be able to boost the effect, or boost the Rusty again, making it the 29. Seeing the defense on the, they can just go Access Code here, I believe, or even Unicorn Spin. Gonna go Break Sword effect. Yeah, that's 100% game there. Popping the summoning them back, and then they can just go into Unicorn, and then they can choose the Unicorn Shuffle, or they can just go right into Access Code. Oh, they don't even have a Unicorn Shuffle because they have nothing in hand, but yeah. Definitely misplayed there. We should have Druisworm during our turn, forcing them to bring that out. It would have popped, and I guess they would have had it pop during their turn as well. We would have known the Druisworm, and then Druisworm being able to send one of their good cards near the end there if we played it a little bit correctly. But it is what it is. Moving on to the all-important Game 3. We'll be able to choose to go first. We're lucky about that. Can we Gimmick Puppet Lock is the question. I don't know if I really love the Gimmick Puppet Lock. I'm cutting this package. I'm going to be cutting the Lulu Wallop potentially, as well as the Bulliflus and the Maximus. I don't think it's really needed. Nadir is nice, but it's not the greatest card. I don't think that Crossroads any better, to be honest. I just want to be playing some more powerful spells, and I want to test out Duality, to be honest, which I'm really, really excited for that card. Before we dive in, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Helps a lot. We are on the road to 3K. I believe we only need 200 more subscribers, which is going to be huge for us. I'm trying to get to 5K by the end of the year. I don't know if I can do it, but we're getting close to time here, so we're going to start speeding up the lines. We're going to be activating the fusion deployment, sending out Cartesia, normal summoning out the Aluber, activating the effect, searching for the branded fusion there, and then he's going to be off for the deck. We're not going to really bother. We're going to activate branded fusion, send Lubellion, send Albaz, summon out the Albion, and we realized we misplayed a tiny little bit already, but that is fine. We're going to activate the effect, banishing the Albaz as well as the Luber here to go for the Lubellion. Lubellion is able to activate its effects. And then we're going to be dumping the second Aluber there, and we're going to be chaining Cartesia for some reason. I guess we don't want to summon. I guess we don't want to waste it, but it doesn't truly matter. We're going to go for Granganol, and then we're going to go for Mirror Jade. Here we're going to activate the effect of the Granganol, dumping the Gimmick Puppet, which we don't do. Wow, nice. Good play there. We're going to be summoning out Lubellion here, and then we're going to be activating or putting Lost onto the field there. Wow, we definitely just misplayed that. We could have Gimmick Puppet. Yeah, that's kind of unbelievable, to be honest. Also, we made Mirror Jade instead of Albion, which is would have just won us the game. I don't really know. We're going to set one card, and they're going to nib us here. You definitely chain Mirror Jade to this. 100%. They're going to send, we're going to send the Rinbrum. We're going to banish Lubellion there, sending those two. And then we'll be summoning a token in the middle zone. We're going to activate the effect of Granganol as well as Mirror Jade. And you summon Queritus. Do not summon Lulu Walleth. You summon Quertus here. We're going to banish itself, and you summon Quertus. Or I guess we can summon a Maximus here. Okay. Not that bad. And then we're going to activate the Maximus effect, choosing two. This is where we choose the Lulu Walleth as well as potentially a copy. We can do Lulu Walleth as well as the I forget its name. Wow. As well as the copy of Titaniclad. We choose to do Lulu Walleth and Brigands instead. So we're going to summon out the Cartesia off of the copy of Lulu Walleth. We add back the Cartesia from the graveyard here. And then Brigands will be able to summon out Albaz or add Albaz onto the field. And we're going to be able to set with Albion the branded in red. We're going to be summoning out the Albaz there. Okay, not bad, not bad. So if we would have activated the effect of the copy of Granganol, we would be able to give him Weapon Lock still because we would have been able to go to main phase. And then, they'd be able to activate Cartesia, fusion summon. But here we see them activate the right, and then they're going to summon out the token. We're going to activate Fateful Adventure here. We're going to activate Cartesia to fusion summon. Going for Albion. And then we're going to be able to activate the effect here. Searching for Mercurier off the Lost. We are getting very close to time. Being able to do so much with this deck is absolutely insane. We're going to activate the effect here of Albion, summoning out the Albion as well as the Aluber. Going to activate the effect of Aluber here. Searching us for the branded fusion. I think this is simply just for being able to activate any kind of branded red line we really want. They're going to be normal summoning out these scales, activate the effect of the Fateful. We're going to activate the effect of branded in red, add back the Fallen of Albaz, and then we're going to be banishing 2 onto the field and the 3rd from the hand. Make the Chimera, and then we're able to. They're going to search for the Draco back, but we're still going to be able to pop 2 cards here. We should pop the token as well as the these scales, but we choose to pop the Fateful for some random reason. I don't really know why. 100% a misplay. We are getting close to time, but that just really just threw us the game, I guess. They're going to put the Draco back onto the token there. If we would have searched for... if we would have just hit the token, they would have had Fateful on the field. Draco back, and that's really it. Draco back can equip, and they'd have 3 unknown cards. Yeah, they can search for Temple, but there shouldn't be another turn. It's going to be bouncing back the face down there. They're going to be linking 2 away into a copy of Dark, I believe. All right, Phoenix. Phoenix will be able to discard the boots. We're going to be just trying to do our Lost. Phoenix. Why do we want to prevent the prevent Phoenix there? And here we're going to be activating the effect of Druid's Worm, banishing the copy of Scales. I'm going to banish the boots here. Search for Shade Brigadine. I just feel like Unicorn just getting rid of Lost is not a problem here. You want to save the Mercurier for something else. Like Dark, for example. Being able to stop Dark would have been a lot more better than spinning back the Lost. But we are going to be getting into time here. And I believe time got called. So here we're thinking about how can we get into plays. You go for Rusty. Rusty effect kind of activates here. Now this would be another good time to hit it with the Brigandine, or the not the Brigandine, but the Mercurier there. Dump in the Cloak, being able to set the Fog Blade. Then to banish the Fog Blade, search for boots, or not Fog Blade, banishing the Cloak, search for the boots there. Once again, we did a couple misplays. We did 2 misplays essentially, which cost us the game here. I believe this is where the camera falls. We look at the grave, and yeah, so here the camera falls, and time did get called, so we're going to pack it up, and it is a tie. Unfortunately, he cannot burn, we cannot burn. We see the boots and the droll in hand. We would have been very fine there. We drew Peekaboo for turn. Yeah, we had the imperm as well, so we definitely misplayed that so hard by not popping that token there. I don't know why I blanked out, but unfortunately, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We can't win them all. If you guys see any misplays there, let me know in the comment section below, as well as stay safe. Peace.